Hi everyone, this is Diane. Today I'm going to be doing a Let's Use It. Whoops, I spilled some stuff already. Let's Use It video, and the item that I pulled, I drew out of my little box to use is my Big Shot. And I had just cut these little houses from a die set that I just got in a Happy Meal from Cynthia. So anyway, what I want to do, I've been collecting these small pieces when I was die cutting things for journals, and I just kept sticking these little pieces in my baskets of dies, thinking I'm going to cut some small items with those. So that's what I'm going to work on. And I didn't know if this was something that you'd want to watch, but we're doing it. And if you don't want to watch it, you know what to do. So I'm just going to put a few different pieces on there to give me, to make better use of my cranking power. I have this yellow. I want to do some stars in various sizes, so I'll just, I've got several yellow pieces here next to me, so I'll just cut stars out of those, I think. Because I like adding stars. That's a fun element to add. That one will fit there. And then I have this little one. And the other things, I have this set I haven't used in a while. It's got stamps that match the dies. So I guess what I should do is stamp the shapes and then die cut. So I'll save that for maybe I'll do them in a little bit. Looking through my basket of dies, I've got these labels, which I haven't even used. It's got a staple in it, so I guess I have to cut it. I'm just going to cut the seal right off because I'll put it in a different container eventually. Well, I haven't taken that apart yet, so I'll just, I guess it's a little too wide. I'll do that with a different piece. Well, how do I get into this? There it is. I see it. Is this all one piece also? Well, I will cut the background of the rose with this and a frame. Oh, that just fits. I don't have a purpose for making any of these. I'm just going to add them to my stash, and they'll be ready for me when I need them. I'm wondering if they are just a little too tall, but you know what? We're going to risk it. Because it looks like the die itself, the metal part, sticks off just a tiny, tiny bit, but the blade, the cutting part, is not that big. So we're going to try it. Where's my, oh, it's right here. And I'll put a shim through it. No, that's not my shim. This is my shim. Oh, the corner of that red paper was sticking off, and I saw it shift when it hit the edge. Let's see what happened there. See, it shifted it, but it looks like it might have been okay. Let's try these. Oh, these are perfect. Well, this doesn't have the hole to poke the piece out. It only has, I'm just poking out the little pieces that aren't supposed to be there, but there should be. Other dies have a little, tiny little hole that you can poke, and it will push the piece out. These are cheap ones. I'll have to work on getting that out. Oh, that one got cut off, probably from where it shifted. So, yeah, I'll cut a different one. I'm not gonna try to rescue that. Now, I was hoping, I didn't even use it. I used my dryer sheet when I did the houses, and I still had to poke all the little windows out. The dryer sheet is used so that these tiny little pieces will stick to it and come out of this. But it's not, I didn't use it for this one, but it didn't work on the houses. That is quite pretty. I like it. If I had a bunch of these small frames in different colors, I'd be ready for anything. Let's see how the rose looks. Now this one does have little holes. Now this is just a flat piece. There's no embossing to it. So I would have to use a different color to cut this out and then layer it. So we'll have to try that. All right, now we have stars. And that used up 3 of my scrap pieces. I suppose I could use that if I had to. Okay, what else do we got? What do we have here? I have this little piece. Let's try this frame in that. Oh, it's really pretty. I love those tiny little frames. There's a little bit of stitching around the edges of these. It's embossed, but it looks like stitching. This has a light pattern on it. Just some tiny tags. This one, I don't know if that one will cut properly, but we'll see. It's just a little scrap. Might as well try it. I don't think I'm even going to use the shim because nothing really needs to be embossed. There's nothing intricate in there. All right, what can I cut out of pink? I'll do some more of these, I guess. Oh, I think one of these frames would be pretty. What's the next size of star? Not quite. Because I have that frame, I'm going to put the shim in. I usually stand at my table on the other end of the room. It's a tiny little room, so it's just a few steps away, but I usually do my cutting over there because I have this sitting on the table along with my Cricut. But since I'm doing a video, I'm sitting here at my table so you can see it. One more. I can get one more star out of there. Oh, I've got to turn my air conditioner on. I think I turned it off overnight, but I can feel how hot it is in here now. It's not going to come on right away anyway, because it needs to get 1 more degree hotter before it'll turn on. It just gets so warm in this room. I think it's because it's small and I'm busy working. I get very warm in here, and I have a fan behind me, but it's very difficult to do paper crafting with a fan blowing on you because it blows papers. Oh, I've got arrows. I used to just use a bunch of arrows and things like that when I needed to fill in space when I was cutting. I haven't used them in a while. There, we can finally toss that. Got to be careful not to poke a hole in it. Just lightly poke it to get it loose. I love these seals. This is a Tim Holtz set. I think it's called Labels or something like that. These numbers are Elizabeth Craft Designs. And these are just some cheap ones that I got from Amazon. Didn't cut it out all the way. I'll have to use scissors to finish snipping. Might have been too close to the edge, but it's the inside edge that didn't cut. So I'll work on cleaning that up and getting all these pieces out. They didn't cut either. I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to try that again on, I don't know, that's not super thick, but oh, the number, the NO is not together, but I could use that negative. I'll keep these. The numbers are cool. I like the font. All right, so I'm going to keep that number. I could keep these other negatives too. I like to use number negatives and other kinds of negatives. Maybe not the 9, I don't know. I think the 3 and the 2 look good because they don't have holes in the center that are missing. So those are nice labels. I liked that this had the embossed frame around it. So that's why I ordered this set, mainly because of that. I want to try this again to see if I can put it more in the center and maybe with a thinner piece of cardstock. See if it works. This one is thin, but I want to use that for stars. Might as well do them all. I'm not going to bother doing anything else. I just want to see if this is going to cut. And let's use the dryer sheet. You can see I used it with my houses. I put that under the paper, and then the paper on top, and then you'll see, hopefully the pieces will stick to the dryer sheet. And I'm coming back through to give it another chance to cut. Well, nothing stuck to the dryer sheet, but it did cut the piece. Almost. Almost. And I don't know how well the interior pieces are cut. So if it's going to be that much work, I won't use it. But I'm going to, when I'm not on video, I'll try to see how much I can get out of it without too much work. But that's not the one I bought it for anyway. Okay, now let's get back to this. I'll do some more stars. I can do some bigger ones on this piece. I think I'm going to have to use washi tape instead of risking them shifting when I, put the layers on top. So I'll just put a little piece of masking tape on one point. I didn't even think to use my little one. I was focused on using the big one for this paper. Oh, these little things, it was holding another star in there, and they embossed that. I'll have to see if I can cut those pieces out. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. I'd still use the stars, but I'd prefer if it wasn't there. Okay. Wonder if I could just twist it off with pliers. My fingers can't do it. They're too tiny. Oh yeah, okay. That's much easier. Is it tedious watching me do stuff with these tiny pieces of paper? I'll probably cut some of it out. These are some of my earliest dies. So this is a scrapistry and a let's use it because I'm using up my cardstock scraps here. This one is an arrow. You'll see it when I get it out. Hopefully it works. Okay, you've got a bunch of little things here to cut out. There's a label and a number tag, I guess. Some more stars. Those are fun ones. I like this one too. This one I always have a harder time getting out, but it does come out. See, that's a fun one. And then I could cut this out and use the negative too. Oh, that one didn't cut. Too close to the edge. I don't remember where it was, but I can use my tiny scissors and get that out. I used to use arrows all the time, and I'm gonna get back into using arrows. Well, I have this arrow here that still has paper in it. I never got that one out from the last time I used it. So it's just a white curvy arrow. That's fun. All right. I don't know about you, but I think this is fun. You can tell me what you think, and I'll never do it again if you don't like it. I'll do some more arrows, and then I'll do some tabs. Because I'm going to cut some out of the video, so I still have time. Well, this is a big sheet, so I don't want to use tiny little things with that. Let's see, I've got pink. And I think I'll use this for a row of eyelets, reinforcers. It has all these different ones. I like this one. They have a little point. And I have plain round ones, but I like the flowers in pink. And they might be really nice with the journals I'm going to make next, which I still haven't told you about. Still a surprise. Okay, so I'll just do arrows. I don't mean to be building that my next journal project up. I'm excited about it, but you might be like, oh, is that what it is? That's not a big deal. So I don't know why I'm keeping it a secret and everything, but I am. This one I don't like to use because it's in 2 pieces. I could use the negative from it. I don't want to go down too far because this is hanging off the edge. Okay. Oh, it cut it out. That's good. I was worried about this one because it was close to the edge. Well, it didn't cut out the other side of that, but that's okay. Looks like it was designed that way. That's cute. This little curly Q arrow is adorable. The other thing I have to do today, as far as, I'm sorry, I'm off camera, as far as crafting, as far as, you know, working, is to tidy up my craft room. So I just finished the summer journals. So this is what the flower reinforcements look like. This is what these reinforcements look like. I will do a few tabs. And then I'm going to clean up this mess and then clean up my craft room after lunch. You probably have seen my little metal recipe box, a vintage recipe box that I have in here that I keep tabs in. So I'll just put all of those that I cut today, they'll just go in that box. Sometimes when I'm cleaning up and I have scraps, I use my Stampin' Up! Whale tail tab punch. Make some tabs, throw them in the box. Doesn't quite fit. Got some brackets here. I like to use those sometimes. Here's a little tab. So that will fold and be a tab. just a bracket or a parentheses. So instead of throwing away these scraps of cardstock, I now have a pile of fun little embellishments that I can use. I think I'll do one more set of tabs. This one's a little cute one. Isn't that adorable? Okay, let's fill it up with tabs. I think that one, that little space will have to be an arrow. Oh, I forgot about these. They're tabs. And stick an arrow in there. And an arrow here. And a squiggly arrow. Well, I didn't use up all my scraps, but I'm going to kind of move stuff out of the way here and then gather up my pieces that I made so I can show them to you before we go away. I like these. It's a pretty tab. So I showed you this one, this little round one that's so cute, but this little square one is cute too. This one folds like that. I'm afraid of poking a hole. It's really stuck in there. I thought that edge was lifted up. No, this doesn't fit. Well, I have a tool over at the other table that is made for that. It might not be quite as sharp as this, but it won't poke a hole in it. So there's that. And I'll get this one out in a bit. Okay, I'm gonna just cut out the next part as I move stuff out of the way and gather up my pieces that I cut. Okay, let's take a look at what we did today with the Big Shot. I cut out all these arrows, pretty colors, and these kind of labels and stars, and tabs, numbers, these pretty frames, that's another label, and some reinforcements. So I have my tab box right here. See, tabs. Already got a bunch in there, but I will add these to it. And my reinforcements will go in this little box. I haven't filled it up yet, and what I want to do is this will have more than reinforcements. It will also have these little things that attach, that hold something in place, like you see on the back of a picture frame. And then I would like to glue a sample or tape a sample to the outside so I know what's in each little box, although I can see because they're see-through. But the little blue ones will go in here. And I don't sort them by color, I sort them by the shape. So that's what these are. And I'm down to one orange flower. So I do want to have a session where I will fill these boxes up with tiny things. And I also have my vintage gold stars in here. And stamped corners, die cut corners and stamped corners. Like photo corners. And I put little stars in here because I got some little red stars cut out. So I can put my, I don't know what I'll do with the stars yet. So, yep. And the rest of the things will just go in an ephemera holder. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me while I worked on my Big Shot project today. And I hope you'll come back to see what's next in my pretty pink cottage. Have a creative day, and I will see you soon. Bye.